Hey everybody, it's me again. I'm finally back. I think it's clear that I'm just as bad at vlogging on a regular basis as I am blogging on a regular basis. This is technically the third video, although I guess it's only really the second vlog because my first vlog consisted of me talking about how I didn't know what I was going to do, which is probably why it's been so long since I've done a second vlog. Except technically I did a second vlog, but it was me petting my cat for 10 minutes while I tested out my new microphone arm. So I'm finally back. Part of the problem is that this is actually harder than blogging. It can take me a couple of hours to sit down and write a post, and that's when I have an idea. Coming up with something to talk about in a video turns out to be even harder. Not to mention, I'm still practicing how to edit, and I don't know if I'll be editing this one or not, but I probably will. But I'm practicing how to edit videos, but more it's just not really having anything to talk about. So I do have something to talk about today. Cards Against Humanity did their annual Christmas thing. The last few years they've done a couple of ridiculous stunts to raise money, and I didn't participate. I've never played the game. I'm aware of the game. I hear it's a lot of fun. I'm not real big on board games myself or card games, but I've not played it, but I am aware of the company because of some of the stunts they've pulled. In years past, they dug a big hole for every so many dollars they got. They had a backhoe dig another foot down or something like that, and people literally were kind of throwing money into a hole. That was their big Christmas stunt. I don't know if that was last year or the year before, but I remember that one pretty clearly. Well, this year they did something where they're calling it Cards Against Humanity Saves America, and for $15 you get 6 things delivered to you over the course of the month. And I was like, what the hell? $15 sounds like fun. The thing that got me into it is they revealed the first item was they were going to purchase a plot of land on the border, the U.S. border, and then work with lawyers that are experts in eminent domain to try and basically make it very difficult for Trump to ever build his border wall. Now, I don't hold any illusions that they'd actually succeed, but it was an amusing enough stunt, and hopefully it causes enough of a headache for Trump and his plans that I was like, $15, I'm in. So they've been sending out these envelopes over the last couple weeks. 4 have arrived so far, and I haven't opened any of them yet. I know what the first one is because that's supposed to be the border wall thing. But I haven't opened any of them yet, and I figured I would just go ahead and open them up as part of a vlog. So the first one here, unfortunately, they actually put on the back day one. They actually labeled them so that I'm opening them up in the correct order. The first one here should be information about this attempt to prevent the border wall from being built. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we get for our $15. I think there was 100,000 spots or 180,000 spots. And by the time I'd signed up, it was down to 86,000 spots left. And within an hour or two, it was down to 60,000 some odd spots. So, I mean, this thing was gone by the end of the day. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? We got Cards Against Humanity Saves America. Let's see, okay, let's start with this. Day one. Dear valued customer, you are receiving this notification because your Social Security number has been compromised by Equifax Corporation. No, just kidding. It's us, lovable tricksters, Cards Against Humanity. Friends, America is in trouble. Everyone is asleep at the wheel, and we're the best hope you've got. Over the next 6 days, we're rolling out a campaign of shock and awe to save the American people and also keep our brand relevant during the fourth quarter holiday sales season. Day one, as we speak, the federal government is working to pour billions of dollars into building a wall between the United States and Mexico, despite the fact that walls have been militarily obsolete since the advent of gunpowder. We at Cards Against Humanity believe that when Trump goes low, we go lower, so we've gone ahead and used your money to purchase a plot of vacant land on the U.S.-Mexico border and retain a law firm to make sure that a wall never gets built there. Encloses a map of that land, a certificate of our promise to you, and a few new cards about walls. Oh, I'm going to have to buy the card game now because I've got cards. I love you, Cards Against Humanity. P.S. Since the Trump administration is committed to using 12th century military technology, we have responded in kind by building a 30-foot trebuchet, a medieval catapult designed to destroy walls on the border. We paid 300 gold to increase its attack damage, so it's very powerful. You can see a video of our medieval war machinery in action at Cards Against Humanity, stopsthewall.com. Okay, so that's the very nice letter. Let's see, what do we got here? Got an official certification. What's it say? Official certification. This document certifies that you, the holder of this certificate, helped Cards Against Humanity buy 0.000667% of a parcel of land along the U.S.-Mexico border. This document further certifies that any attempt by the U.S. government to build a wall on this land will be resisted to the full extent of the law by Cards Against Humanity and its legal representatives at Graves, Doherty, Heron, and Moody. I get to sign it, stamp certified Cards Against Humanity. Our lawyers want you to know that your payment does not create any principal-agent relationship with Cards Against Humanity, LLC, or entitled to any ownership interest in the land. But hey, I got an official certificate. So I've done my part. I'll have to have that framed. So let's see. We got an actual letter from the lawyers. Graves, Doherty, Heron, and Moody, a professional, and I'm probably pronouncing at least that third name wrong. Cards Against Humanity, blah, blah, blah. Lot 11, Block 4, Tarpon Haven Subdivision, a subdivision in Cameroon County, Texas, according to the map or plat thereof, recorded in Cabinet 1, Slot 316B and 317A, map records of Cameron County. This is a real thing. We, the law firm of Graves, Doherty, Heron, and Moody, PC, have been engaged as legal counsel to represent Cards Against Humanity in order to defend against any and all attempts of the United States government to use its powers of eminent domain to build a border wall on this land. Eminent domain generally refers to the power of the government to take, blah, 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 blah. Typically, eminent, blah, 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 blah. The whole legal process could take quite a long time. Who knows, maybe longer than the current president will be in office. For however long it takes, we're ready for a protracted resistance to any attempts by the government to build a wall on this. Basically, it's a big letter saying that we have this property and we're going to make your life miserable if you try to build a wall there. So that's kind of neat. So, it's kind of a joke, but at the same time, that sounds like they're really going to try and do something. So this should be the map. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to put that on the wall. Borderland fun facts. Rio Grande is Spanish for River Grande. Walls have been militarily obsolete since the invention of gunpowder. In Mexico, Mexican food is just called food. Trebuchets have been militarily obsolete since the invention of gunpowder. Mexicans would rather immigrate to Canada, but it's too far away. Donald Trump's real name is I Am a Bad Man. So, I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see, but there's my official map. The official map they sent. That's hilarious. All right. Okay, so that was the one we knew what was coming. So let's go ahead and find out what day 2 is, because this, and the cards, I forgot. Got cards for Cards Against Humanity. So, like I said, I've never actually played the game. I know that it's supposed to be pretty dark humor. So let's see. Well, I'm not certain how it works, but the first card out says, "Our dumb asshole president." So that's funny. Mexicans and Muslims. Don't know what we're supposed to do that. How easy it is to climb over a wall with a ladder. Getting deported. Guacamole. Mole, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce anything. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. That's one of the reasons why I probably am not doing more vlogs, is because I can't talk for shit. When I write, I can go back and fix my mistakes. Oh well. Okay. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some I assume are blank. So, oh, I see. So you take one and our guacamole. Okay. I think I've seen a little bit about how the game is played, but... All right, well, if I ever get the game, I've got some extra cards. I'll have to find a safe place to put those. All right, so on to day 2. What are we doing for day 2? All right. We got our letter here. Something in plastic. Okay. Okay, day 2. Dear citizen, everything we hear in the news these days is bad. We wake up, read the headlines, and immediately get stress diarrhea. But compared to literally any other period in history, now is a pretty good time to be alive. Between 1990 and 2010, the number of people living in extreme poverty fell by half, from 43% to 21%, a reduction of almost 1 billion people, The Economist. From 1900 through 1997, the United States infant mortality rate declined by almost 99% to less than 0.1 deaths per 1,000 live births, Center for Disease Control. Newborn baby pandas are the size of a stick of butter. Okay. We hear a lot of bad news, but we rarely hear the good news, and there's actually a lot of it. So to make each day more bearable, we're launching the Good News Podcast. Get a new episode every weekday at thegoodnewspodcast.fm on iTunes or wherever Android people get their podcasts. Thanks to your support, the show is funded for a full year ad-free. I love you, Cards Against Humanity. P.S. encloses a pack of happy great cards and some laptop stickers. You love laptop stickers. I only have a work laptop, and I don't know how they feel about laptop stickers, but I guess I'm going to find out. Let's see, what are the laptop stickers? So this basically is an announcement that my $15 went towards funding a podcast for a year without commercials. That's cool. I'll have to check that out. And some stickers. So let's take a look here. What do we got? What do we got for stickers? Norway once knighted a penguin. Okay, yeah. The Good News Podcast. We got one for the Good News Podcast. This is true. There's always dogs. Okay. And between 1990 and 2010, the number of people living in extreme poverty fell by half. Blah, blah, blah. The Economist as a laptop sticker. Okay. So this was less exciting than the border wall one, but, you know, I'm not big into podcasts, but I'll give it a shot. I have one myself that I occasionally do every couple of years. We got a really good dog. Baby panda just can't keep its eyes open. Again, I can't talk this morning. I'm on vacation, by the way. And I've only had one cup of coffee so far this morning, so that explains a lot of this. 2 hamsters nibbling on a tiny burrito. I've seen that YouTube video. It's actually very cute. Oh, they must know me. 2 baby otters holding hands. You know, I'm always up for baby otters. Stack of puppies in a trench coat. And a laundry basket full of baby bunnies. So, no idea again how the game is played officially, but if I ever get the game, I have the cards. All right, so what's in day 3? This one's really light, so looks like just the letter this time. Cards Against Humanity Saves America. And another pack of cards. Day 3. Dear citizen, in order to deliver on our promise to save America, we knew we needed to tackle our country's biggest issue, wealth inequality. The richest 0.1% of Americans have as much wealth as the bottom 90%. Our lawyers wouldn't let us pursue our first choice, a campaign to eat all the rich people and live in their houses, so we settled for something more achievable. Today, Cards Against Humanity has redistributed your wealth. Using the survey you filled out when you signed up, we identified the 100 poorest recipients and sent them each a check for $1,000. To see how this $1,000 is impacting these people's lives, read their stories at cardsagainsthumanityredistributesyourwealth.com. The next 10,000 Porsche recipients got a $15 refund check. You got nothing. And if you don't like it, tough titties. Cool. Actually, that's kind of neat. I definitely didn't need a refund. $15 was not a hardship. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done this. There's a lot of things that I'd like to do that I don't have the money to do. But I did just buy a house this year, and so far that's going well. And we've got a roof over our head. We've got food on the table. We're buying Christmas gifts. Honestly, I can't complain. And I'm certain there are some people out there that $1,000 would make a big deal to. So, cool. Let's see. Here we go. The two cards were, oh shit, I just got blank. And my money stolen by Cards Against Humanity, redistributed to poorer people than me. All right, so we're down to day 4. I haven't gotten 5 or 6 yet, but we're down to day 4. And let's see what we got. Oh, this one's actually got quite a bit in it. All right, so let's pull this out. Got the letter, day 4. Dear citizen, mounting sociological evidence confirms something we've always suspected. Homework sucks gorilla balls. That it does. It alienates students from their families and communities and stifles creativity from a young age. That's why today, with the help of our favorite nonprofit, DonorsChoose.org, we're asking teachers to join us in destroying homework once and for all. We posed the question, what are ways to help kids learn besides assigning homework? Teachers came up with a ton of ideas, like field trips, family game nights, or just letting kids be fucking kids. And the cat has arrived. Hi, Cuddles. You can support these projects by donating at www.donorschoose.org /CAH-homework, and we'll match your donations up to $100,000. Why are we doing all this? Because homework blows a leathery rhino dung. Still not convinced? Please find and close the policy paper written by the Vice President of the Chicago Children's Museum arguing conclusively that homework gargles whale cum. I love you, Cards Against Humanity. So apparently part of it is going to be a campaign to get, hey, now, you just got here. You're already fucking with my shit. Leave my new cards alone. I don't even own the game yet. You're going to lose my cards. Jeez, cat. All right, so apparently day 4 involves them trying to get rid of homework. And this is a little letter. Homework in elementary school. Where do we stand? A position statement from Chicago's Children's Museum. I get the same answers everywhere in the country when I ask teachers and parents what their long-term goals are for kids. They say we want kids to be creative, compassionate, and caring. We want them to be ethical and happy. We want them to love learning and think deeply and critically. And those are precisely the characters that tend to be sacrificed by many traditional practices. Wow, this gives you background on it, gives you research on it, has a footnote listing off the sources, the recommendations, the policy and practice, and conclusion. So, as someone who struggled in school quite a bit growing up, especially with homework, I was terrible about doing my homework. In fact, any class assignments, in most of the classes I had, I'd not only finish, but I'd do well on them. But I'd get home and I was terrible about doing my homework. This is particularly true of practicing my violin when I was in orchestra. I wasn't a horrible violin player, but I wasn't very good either. So let's see. It looks like thank you notes from kids or something. What is this? If I can get it open without destroying it. Thunk. Oh, it's folded in half. Thank you. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. The smiley face threw me off. I thought it was a U. So it's a thank you from a kid. And let's see what else we got here. We got a dear friend, thank you for the geo boards. I had fun with the geo board because we make it shapes. Elves make it a home. I like it so much I could play with it today, so I had the best day in my school life. Thank you for the best geoboards. I liked it. I can do whatever I want with the geoboards if you like the geoboards. So I like the geoboards. Sincerely, name Alexandra. So I don't know I don't know what a geoboard is, but apparently it's something other than homework. Oh, this is a nice one. It's got a nice drawing on it. Thank you so much for helping and funding this trip for our entire 8th grade. We greatly appreciate it. We wouldn't have done it without you. Hopefully we will do this again soon. The movie was great and the buses were nice. Thank you. Thank you. He named me Malala. Oh, that was the movie. Okay, yeah, that's the movie they went to say. That's supposed to be a really good movie. So, field trips and geoboards, whatever the hell a geoboard is. And then again, pack of cards. So let's see what we got. All right, these cards. Okay, the shocking stupidity of the American public. Slowly shaking my head at a sad statistic. Gay Republican somehow. White people becoming a minority. Here's one I can get behind. The truth. And then the question is, when asked about the biggest threat facing the nation, 60% of Americans said blank. The truth is probably a good answer to that one. So, interesting. If I were playing the card game, I'd have a healthy bunch of new cards to add into it. But it sounds like they're taking the money they raised and putting it towards a number of somewhat progressive causes, many of which I can get behind. I'm particularly happy about the effort to eliminate homework. Will this actually make any difference in the country? Probably not. I mean, I don't remember the exact number of sales they had. It was 180,000 at $15 a piece. That's quite a chunk of change, but giving 100 people, $1,000 and then refunding the next 10,000 people the $15 cost they put into the project. That's cool. Unfortunately, it's going to take a lot more effort like that to really put a dent in some of the problems we have. But you know what? It's something. And for 100 people, that $1,000 may have made the difference between there being Christmas presents under the tree this year and not having Christmas presents under the tree this year. So it's hard to complain about it. I'm actually kind of glad I participated in this. It's silly. I don't know that it makes any real difference. But, if it makes a little bit of a push in a positive direction, then it was worth $15. Plus, I've got a bunch of cards if I ever get around to buying the game. Other than that, I didn't really have a whole lot to talk about today. Other than I'm going to try getting into streaming. I'm trying to decide whether to do it on YouTube or on Twitch. Either way, I mean, I've got the YouTube account set up already, obviously. I know that I'm not going to have a whole lot of viewers to begin with. I don't know that I'll be streaming Call of Duty because I get frustrated with it too often and end up dropping out of matches. I don't know how entertaining that would be either because I tend to focus all my attention on playing the game and there's not much room for commentary. I did a couple of videos when the game was first released, showing off various aspects of it. I think I uploaded my first multiplayer match along with a tour of the headquarters. I did upload my second multiplayer match, but I've never actually published it yet. So at this point, I'm already up into the 4th prestige. So I've had a lot in between there. I might try to edit some stuff together out of the footage I have, but I don't know that I'll try to live stream that. That said, I have gotten a number of games for free recently thanks to Humble Bundle. If you're not familiar with the Humble Bundle, they put together various collections of not just games, but ebooks and other items that you can pay as much as you want for. If you donate as little as $1, you get the first handful. If you donate over the average of whatever, or if you donate over $5, it tacks in another 5 or 6 things. And if you donate more than the average donation, which is often $10 to $15, you get another bunch of items. So you can get a whole lot of stuff for very little money through Humble Bundle. If you've not checked out Humble Bundle, I recommend checking it out, especially if you're into video games. And every now and then they give away a game for free. And so I've picked up a couple games that I would not normally play. I think I got Outlast. Let me pull it up here. I got Outlast. I got Brutal Legend. I've got the Bureau XCOM Declassified. And all of those are games I wouldn't normally play. I wouldn't normally buy them because there are other games that I know I would want to play more, like Call of Duty or World of Warcraft. So what I was thinking about doing, particularly with Outlast, is it's a horror survival game, was I was thinking I'd stream me trying to play games I don't normally play, because I'll be really bad at it and probably making a lot of amusing comments in the process. It doesn't hurt that so far all the games are single player, so there isn't that competitive aspect to it that I have to worry about, am I doing well while also being entertaining? But I'd like to know if any of you are watching this and have an interest in seeing me play either live or recorded particular video games, specifically ones I wouldn't normally play. If I could pick it up cheap enough, I'd be happy to do so, or I might even have it on hand. Because I'd like to try to get into streaming. And again, I don't know if I'm going to do YouTube or Twitch. I have an account at Twitch. I've streamed once or twice on Twitch. Twitch seems to have a lot more tools for people to interact with me while they're doing it. And honestly, I don't even know if I have things set up quite right to do it properly. But I'm going to try it. And I'm on vacation till next year. I'm doing my annual 3-week off at the end of the year thing for Christmas. And I thought this would be a good time to get started on it. So I think I'm going to start with Outlast. And I think, will I do it today? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I will announce it on Twitter and Facebook and on Google Plus when I'm doing it. I'll send out a notification. I think I'm going to start with YouTube and go from there. But if you have opinions, let me know. Otherwise, that's all I had for this one. Hey, I actually got around to doing another one. Thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you again hopefully sooner than later.